In the opening words of today's portion, Vaera, God tells Moshe to tell the Jewish people that that he's going to be redeeming them from Egypt anytime soon. And he says the words, and I quote, "I am God, and I shall take you out from under the burdens of Egypt. I shall rescue you from their slavery, and I shall redeem you." The word that the Torah uses in Hebrew for burdens of Egypt is sivlot Mitzrayim. Sivlot means burdens, but it also has a different meaning. If you speak Hebrew, you know savlanut means patience. It means tolerance. And what God is telling Moshe is that in order to be redeemed from Egypt, the first thing you have to do is take them out from the savlanut, sivlot Mitzrayim, from their tolerance of Egypt. You see, we become accustomed. We begin to tolerate our circumstances, even though they're terrible. You go into a pitch dark room. It's pitch dark in the beginning, but within a few minutes, you start seeing things. You start seeing it as light. You have a pitch dark room, but for you it's light. You begin to tolerate and get accustomed to circumstances that you should never get accustomed to. This is true in the world. This is true in our own lives. This is true in our family lives, in our students' lives, in our communities' lives. It's true everywhere. How much do we tolerate in others or in ourselves? Now, tolerance today in America is one of the most important ideals. You have to have tolerance. But I want to suggest that too much tolerance is also a very, very bad thing. Parents should not accept mediocrity and tolerate mediocrity in their children. Teachers should not accept a student that can do better in the name of tolerance to expect less. Community rabbis and leaders from their community members. Synagogues in the last 100 years have lowered the bar, all in the name of tolerance. So is that tolerance a good thing? My friends, that's what the Torah is telling us. Sometimes tolerance can become Egypt itself. And that's the first step to redemption, is to take away the Jew out of his acceptance and tolerance of the experience of Egypt. Egypt could be back-breaking labor. It can also be psychological. It can be spiritual. It can be in every way you can be in Egypt. Take yourself out of this tolerance of your own Egypt. Then we can take you out of Egypt itself. But if you're under the burdens, under the tolerance of Egypt, that you tolerate that circumstance, you can never be redeemed. My friends, Shabbat Shalom. Don't settle for mediocrity. Don't be tolerant of anything less than perfect. Be realistic with your constituents, 100%. What's unrealistic, don't expect. But expect what is realistic. Don't under-expect in the name of tolerance. That tolerance equals Egypt itself. Shabbat Shalom, and have a wonderful week.